Good evening, beautiful people of the You Create the Dream page, and welcome to Awake in the Dream. This is our fortnightly call. It is an opportunity to also ask me anything at all that you like. I'm just going to make sure that we are live across all things, and here we are. Do say hi as you come on. Let me know that you're here. So this evening's live will be a relatively quick one. I'm moving straight from this to the Power of You program. We're at module 10 for the Power of You. So have you ever woken from a dream for a moment and believed that it was real? So you're in it, you're feeling the emotions, you're hearing the sounds, seeing the scenes, convinced it was all true. And then you wake and very quickly the dream dissolves. But here's the question, what if you haven't fully woken yet? What if the life that you're living, the rules that you follow, the limits that you accept, what if none of them are actually entirely yours? What if you've been handed a script that you didn't write, wearing glasses perhaps that were made for somebody else's eyes, walking through a fog that keeps the horizon hidden? This isn't about paranoia, and it's certainly not about fear. It's about remembering, because tonight I'm here to remind you that the one thing that no one can ever take from you without your consent, not the government, not the systems, not the unseen forces, is your free will and choice, because we were all gifted with free will and choice. And when you reclaim it, everything changes. What I mean by reclaiming it was when you reclaim your power, when you remember how powerful you are. Hello, beautiful Chelsea. How are you? Good evening, Libby. Hello, beautiful people. So when you stand in your power, when you reclaim your energy, your spirit, and your power, absolutely everything changes. Most people live in loops without even realizing it. The loop of self-doubt, the loop of fear, the loop of seeking permission before they act. We're taught to look outward for authority. We think that everybody, the wisdom is outside of us, the messages are outside of us, the guidance that we're seeking is outside of us. We are taught that it is just another program. We believe that we need validation from something or someone outside of us just so that we can believe what it is that we probably initially felt and heard instead, or what we initially felt and heard. We have to stop looking outside of ourselves for the answers, because unfortunately the programming that has happened, the limiting beliefs that you're carrying, the way you perceive the world has all been programmed from outside of you. So the more you come into your power, the more you remember how powerful you are, the more you come back to self, your true power, the more you're going to start to see the things that are hidden in plain sight. And the issue we have is that these loops, these patterns, they're not always loud and obvious. Sometimes they're subtle. They show up as the job that perhaps you stay in, even though it's crushing your energy and your spirit. The relationship where you've made yourself small, or if you've lost yourself in order to try and keep somebody else happy. Maybe you've just quietened the voice. Maybe you don't even speak in your relationship anymore. Maybe it's your own voice in your own mind that says, who do you think you are? Do you seriously think that you can do that? Do you seriously think you're capable of that? I mean, all of these things, it's like walking through the most beautiful, picturesque landscape, but you can't see anything because of the fog. You can feel that there's more around you, there's more depth, there's more color, there's more life. Maybe you can even hear it, but you can't quite see it. Or it's like wearing glasses with the wrong prescription. The world is still there, but it's distorted. So how is it you see the world? Is it hard? Is it easy? Is it ugly and scary? Or is it beautiful and safe? Perhaps you're even acting out a play where every line has been pre-written for you. Maybe you're just living somebody else's script. Maybe you even hear yourself saying things that your parents said, the society has said, without verifying perhaps. Some of these scripts and lenses were also handed down. Your family was programmed too. Then we've got the culture, we've got religion, we've got education. Some of these programs that you're carrying were also heavily crafted by systems that thrive when you forget your own authority. And that's where I'm headed tonight. There is a game at play and it thrives on you forgetting your power. But here's the truth. And it's a truth that changes everything, no matter how convincing the story is. The pen for your life and your future will always be in your hands. Free will is not just the ability to pick between tea and coffee. It's not about deciding what to wear today or what you'll eat for dinner. Free will is your cosmic key. It's the original gift from Source, God, the universe, whatever you'd like to call it. We were gifted with free will and choice. The one thing you came into this reality with that can never, ever truly be stolen. You might, along the way, be convinced or convince yourself that you have no choice in the matter. But there's always a choice, and even believing that is a choice. So your free will can absolutely be handed over. And in many cases, it has been. Not always through some crazy dramatic force, but through quiet, subtle type agreements that we didn't even know we were making. Through beliefs handed down without question, through systems designed to feel normal, even light-filled and benevolent, right? Whilst gently steering us away from our own authority. The good, the bad, and the ugly exists everywhere. We are living in what many call a matrix, right? It's a layered construct of reality made of systems, structures, and stories. Some layers are physical. Governments, religions, economies, institutions. Others are unseen, invisible agreements, energetic contracts, thought patterns, and frequencies that influence how you think, how you feel, and how you act. And here's a really unsettling truth. You're not seeing the world exactly as it is. You're seeing it through the lens that you've been given, a lens that has been shaped by false histories, by selective truths and carefully managed, let's say, carefully managed narratives. It's like living in a theatre where the same play has been running for centuries and no one realizes the stage set is actually fake. In this construct, we are encouraged to keep our heads down, to play small, to follow the script, follow the rules, trust the system. We're told that meaning, salvation, and answers live somewhere out there in the right leader, in the right guru, in the right set of rules, in the right system. While the real source, your real power, is within you. It's untouched. It is untouched. I've been thinking about this a lot this week, Chelsea. Must have been picking up on your vibe. Hello, beautiful Holly. How are you? Good evening, people. Okay. Where was I? Untouched, powerful. You are powerful beyond measure. And here's why you understanding all of this matters. These systems, the seen and the unseen, can't actually create reality. Only you can. They can only hijack it. Now, I'm not speaking in code, but I'm speaking in a way that will hopefully open your mind to have you question a whole lot of things, to have you looking at things through a different perspective. They cannot take your free will and choice from you. They cannot create your reality for you. Only you can do that, but they can absolutely hijack it. They can absolutely hijack it. And we see a lot of that going on. They work by influencing your choices. They influence your choices through the things that you see in the media, the subliminal programs that are happening in the back end while you're watching a movie and there's all these things flashing in the back end. They influence you by the fact that every time you change a channel to watch the mainstream media, it's the same script playing everywhere. So your subconscious mind thinks that that's the truth, because the subconscious mind is always wanting to keep you safe, and it is looking for the most dominant theme that is happening. They influence you through the billboards that you pass whilst you're driving, just there in your peripheral vision. Because remember, the subconscious mind is taking in absolutely everything. They influence your choices through fear. You get people afraid, you have absolute control of them. They influence your choices through shame, through distraction, and also through seduction, so that you willingly give your free will to them. Because under cosmic law, they need your agreement. They cannot take it without your yes. Sometimes that yes is overt. Maybe you sign a contract, you accept a role. Other times it's subtle. It's a belief, like that noise in your head that says, oh, I don't deserve this, or I deserve this pain, or this is just the way it is, or I'll do whatever it takes to be loved. Have people in fear and have people doubting themselves, and it's so easy to control them. Even subconscious agreements are still agreements. The programming is relentless. But here's the thing, once you know, once you are awake in the dream, once you have eyes wide open, you see things so clearly that you cannot be programmed by the game at play. Please let me know if this is landing. It's all a choice. Even when you think you don't have a choice, that's what you're choosing. So you do have a choice. Questioning is so very important. If you've been a part of my world like forever, in the 28, 30 years that I've been in the industry, you will know I'm always saying question everything, including me. Question, 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 because the more you question everything, the more you're going to see more clearly. The more you have eyes wide open, the more you are awake in the dream, the less control they will have over you. So this is why questioning is so important. It is not about doing this in a paranoid way, but in a conscious way. Question, why do I believe this? Who told me this was true? Who benefits? Here's a big one. Who benefits if I believe the story? Who benefits if I believe this story without questioning? Is this choice that I am making coming from fear or from truth? Free will isn't just about making decisions. It's about making them with your eyes wide open. It's about recognizing when you're choosing because you're being told to versus choosing because it aligns with your heart and soul. Every single choice is a vote for the reality that you will ultimately end up experiencing. Choose fear and you anchor into a timeline that mirrors that fear. So suddenly you start to see a world to be frightened of. You see more of the dark. Choose truth and you begin dissolving the illusion. You start to see things really clearly. And here's the most important and liberating part. You can withdraw your consent at any time. At any time. You can claim back your energy, your spirit, your power. And if you have knowingly or unknowingly given away your power, if you have knowingly or unknowingly voted with your energy to contribute to the dark that is going on in this world, you can withdraw your power at any time. The thing is, and I don't want to go down this rabbit hole because I absolutely could, but I actually have to go to the power of you shortly. But what I will say is the workaround in order to get your consent is that, let's just say, dark forces will tell you in advance, in one way, shape, or form, be it quite metaphorically, um, theatrically, or even in absolute plain sight, will always tell you something, show you something before it happens. And in your witnessing, but not doing anything about it, that's your vote. Because they can then say, but we told you, we showed you, we had it there on the big screen in 2012. We did this, we did that, we showed you in plain sight, and you can't deny it because it was there. And that is how they absolve themselves karmically. And you still get to have your free will and choice. But unknowingly, unconsciously invested your power, your spirit into that. You voted for it. Please let me know if that is landing without me going into too much depth. Let me know if you're getting some ahas here. But the most important thing is, whilst I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of all the dark that is happening, what I want to remind you of is that you have the power of free will and choice. That is never, ever taken away from you. It cannot be taken away from you. But you are energetically contributing. You are energetically voting at all times. So you can call your energy back, and that is what this call is about. You can call it back. You can rewrite the terms. You can stand up mid-scene and you can walk off that freaking stage and you can begin writing the script that you were meant to live. And this is what terrifies the architects of the, let's call it the dark illusion, or just the illusion in general, because it's a mastermind and they're very good at it. You remembering that you have a choice, you choosing to walk off the stage and no longer contribute and feed that stuff, is what terrifies the architects of this illusion, because the moment even one person truly remembers who they are and stands in that remembrance, the grid starts to shake, because right now it is dependent on each and every person. And whilst they planned a great reset, what they triggered was a great awakening, and more people are waking up. And you know that. Just in the last few years, more and more people have started questioning, more and more people are starting to do things differently. The grid of illusion is starting to tremble, it's starting to shake. And for each person that wakes up, it ripples through the entire field. And that on its own awakens other people. And thank God we don't need everybody to wake up. We just need enough people. But as more and more people begin to wake up, the whole system begins to collapse. The veils lift. They can't hide anymore. So yes, free will is personal, but it's also collective, because we're collectively in, oh my goodness, I'm either speaking at 100 miles an hour or did you guys see me normally on my phone? I don't know if I could turn and show you on my phone. Look at that. Oh, here we go, I've caught up. Let me know if you saw that in real time. There was a version of me. There was a version of me speaking at 100 miles an hour. Okay, but here we are. So where was I? Free will and choice. Free will and choice is personal because you get to see the model of the world the way that you want, but it is also collective, because us as a collective are contributing to the entire universe, and the universe is self-organizing, rebalancing and realigning itself in every moment of the day in accordance to the energy that the collective is radiating. Normal at your end. How crazy are you? So you know, guys might not have believed me if I didn't turn my phone around so you could see the madness. So this is, every move you make, every thought you have, the energy that you radiate is contributing to the collective. So as one person wakes up, it does start to change everything for everybody else. And if you know about the 100th monkey story, you know that we only need enough people and then there's a tipping point. So when you reclaim your energy, your spirit, your power, you're not just freeing yourself, but you're literally weakening the entire illusion for everybody else. So then it gets to the point where it's undeniable. And it might be hard for some people to jump from a deep slumber to being awake. But so be it, because everybody's had enough. Everyone's had enough knocks. Everybody's had enough knocks, slaps, being dragged. Everybody's had enough in the hope that the awakening would happen, and everybody's on their own journey, and that's okay. But we're here to remember we have the power of free will and choice. We're here to reclaim our energy, our spirit, and our power, and to live the greatest version of ourselves from that power in truth with our eyes wide awake. We are here to be awake in the dream. So I'd like to perhaps do a quick process with you before I end this call. So closing your eyes for me, taking a deep breath in and exhale. And again, a deep breath in and exhale. I want you now to imagine roots growing from the base of your spine and the soles of your feet, reaching deep into the earth, grounding yourself, feeling held, supported by the earth. Feel her strength holding you steady. And now imagine a beautiful, gentle breeze beginning to move through your life, literally through you physically and through your entire life. Allow that beautiful, gentle breeze as it moves through you to literally carry away the fog, the distortions, the illusions, the doubts, the voices that were never yours. Allow that breeze to take them all away, and with every breath, the horizon becomes clearer and clearer. Each and every breath, illusions gone, and the horizon becomes so much clearer. And I want you now to see beautiful golden threads of light stretching from your body and out into the world to every place, person, belief, or story where you have given your power away. Some you'll remember, some you won't, and that's okay. But watch as one by one, those threads detach from the stories, from the people, from the places, from the situations, and return to you, pouring energy back into your heart, pure, beautiful energy, back into your heart, into your solar plexus, into your entire being. And as these golden threads come back, as your spirit, your energy, your power comes back to you, you begin to feel fuller, brighter, more whole. That's right. And now in your mind or out aloud, repeat, I rescind all agreements and contracts not made in full truth, love, and sovereignty. I rescind all agreements and contracts not made in full truth, love, and sovereignty. I call back all of me now. I call back all of me now. Breathe deep, reclaiming your energy, your spirit, and your power. Feel the shift. Notice the differences as those invisible chains just fall away. That's right. And above you now appears a crown or a halo of radiant light, the symbol of your restored sovereignty, your power, your truth. Lower it onto your head. Feel it lock into place, because this is your birthright. Claim it. And placing a hand over your heart and another over your solar plexus, I want you to say, I am the author of my reality. I choose truth. I choose freedom. I choose me. Breathe it in, anchor it deeply. And open your eyes. The illusion only stands as long as we agree to it. The moment you unplug, the moment you reclaim your energy, the moment you reclaim your will, you stop feeding what no longer serves you. And instead you start building something that does. And it's not just about you. Every choice that you make from your truth, from your power, ripples through the collective. One person breaking the loop creates space for many other people to do the same. So today, choose you, choose to reclaim your energy, your spirit, and your power. Say no to the things that you know deep down don't serve you. Replace one limiting belief with a liberating truth. Do one thing that aligns you more fully with who you are. Just choose to do one thing a day, just one thing a day. And remember that no one else can stand in your power for you. No one can, because you're here to be you, not to be somebody else, to be you, because it is your power. You living the greatest version of yourself that we need. That's what we need. And that's what we need you, who we need you to be right now. And when you do that, you change everything for everybody else too. You standing in your power, you shining bright, gives permission for others to do the same. It makes them feel comfortable enough and safe enough to do the same. So for each and every one of you, may you come to a space of truth, clarity, courage, and unshakable knowing. May each and every one of you remember that your free will is sacred, and when you choose from your soul, you cannot be controlled. When you choose from your soul, you cannot be controlled. And please remember, the pen is in your hand. You get to write any reality that you want. So what will you write next? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I need to go and get ready for the Power Review, Module 10 in the Power Review. Much, much love to you. Wishing you the most amazing evening. Oh, and Awaken the Dream is normally every fortnight. I will not be going live in a fortnight, which I believe is the 25th. I will not be going live that night, but I will be back 2 weeks after that. All right. Much love to you all. Stay in your power, hold your power. And remember that we don't need to plug into illusions anymore. All right. Much love. Good night.